I think in the Noise matchup, having played against it as many times as I have, having played against Pacer as many times as I have, you just have to score as fast as you can.
You do. That's right.
And that's really the only way to beat it.
You're exactly right. I mean, at the end of the day, this is fundamentally, regardless of kind of what new exciting cards are in there, this is fundamentally a Noise versus NBN of who gets on the board faster.
Yeah. And you have to assume Noise is going to be played. Every turn is going to be played as perfectly as it can.
Yeah.
Because, frankly, it is. And Colby's a good enough player where he'll know that and where he is capable of making the right NEH play as well.
Colby knows the matchup well, but Noise sometimes just does what he does.
And so if you can't outscore it, then
I don't know that that's a keepable Noise hand. I mean, there's my personal rule, if there's no wild side or Aesops, I tend to pitch it.
2 Faust is crazy.
Yeah.
The only good card in that to really start with is the Data Sucker and maybe the Armitage.
Yeah. Just feels pretty slow.
Against NEH, you sometimes, like, opening with a Parasite hand is not necessarily ideal because you don't know what ice you're going to see.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that Colby, he's got some very nice top end ice in here.
Yeah, right.
Now,
and that seems to be the sort of the trend with NEH now is the solution is to play this Fastro version. We're just going to go with toll booths and stuff like that to actually build a scoring server.
Now, does Colby have a Turtlebacks early? Because I think Turtlebacks and
Turtlebacks
Pad
and
Campaign,
Temple.
those and Moomba Temple seem to be kind of the core of his deck, if you will, of his economy. Yeah,
he does have a Moomba. He has 3 Moomba Temples in hand, I think. Or maybe one of those is
Oh, wow.
2 Moomba Temples and a pad.
Yeah, this looks very strong.
Yeah, and he'll drop wraparound on R&D would be my guess.
So at this point with your Pacer, I mean, you really need to find an imp quickly because the Noise does not have enough actual credits in the early game to be able to fight through this.
He's considering not playing the
wraparound.
Interesting.
I would not give up first turn medium.
Well, here's why this is really good, is because now Moomba Temple's going to spend 2 to res the pad campaign at the end of Pacer's turn and then get the credits back. Oh, he's got 2 Moomba Temples. Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that. He should have res both Moomba Temples with that one. Anyways.
All right, so forces him to run. Pacer thinking about how to play this.
Yeah.
He's got, is that a one of Hunting Grounds in his hand, or was that, I didn't see what he just drew.
I don't think, wrong list.
Or maybe, was it a Hades shard?
Might have been a Hades
I couldn't
shard.
see. All right, well, Colby just doing what his deck does. He's installing the assets.
No turtlebacks, though, as you mentioned. That's important.
Oh, and here's why you don't leave R&D open.
Yep.
Spicy. Oh, we got to get the mill first. Nope, we missed a mill.
Yeah, should have been milled. Oh, okay, he's just showing
Okay.
him. Oh, no, he actually imped it, so that's wrong. So we need to fix that.
Yeah, that's
important.
We should have milled. I don't know if we can fix that, but yeah, I think it's too late to get to that, so not...
So a little bit of a misplay there.
All right, so we got team sponsorship online. All the Sand Sands.
Literally all of the Sand Sands.
Yeah, we need to get a wraparound or something on R&D stat. What are we doing? Bring that wraparound to the front of the deck.
One.
There we go.
Drops the wraparound, not the toll booth.
All right, and we have officially made our job as commentators hard because we will be playing off the mat for the rest of the game.
Oh,
Colby doing what he can.
Good guy, Colby.
All right.
Pacer sees the second toll booth, which he would have an imp counter for. Gee, I remembered. So the wraparound going to present somewhat of a problem. Pacer's just got to go find his Corroder.
That's perfect here, yeah. I mean, he plays one of Corroder, but you can't, especially when you haven't seen Wildside or anything, you can't assume that he's got it.
So Pacer not in a great spot here.
I saw the one of Quest completed in Pacer's hand.
Oh, yeah.
So Pacer brought the tech. He did not disappoint on stream today.
Yeah.
We're going to have to ask him about that because I am racking my brain in terms of.
I mean, he could have gotten it.
This is true.
This last turn. Now he's got to get an icebreaker. That's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a different card entirely.
No, this is the one that you have to run all 3 to access.
Oh, yeah. Okay. See?
This is interesting.
Good job, me. You got a card right for once.
All right. Well, we're getting the money. I mean, another pad campaign here is nice.
And he's got, I mean, he sees Pacer probably doesn't have a way to get the clot out. So,
yeah,
with the Sand, you got to assume that scoring the Beelier is not a bad play.
This is really bad for Pacer because with all those Moomba Temples and the ability to just start rezzing Sands, this is going to get bad quick. And without any of the kind of core components of the Noise engine, no Aesops, no Wild Side, no Pancake, this is going to get...
And this is what he does. He uses this to res the 2 Moomba, and then he reses Sand for 2. And with the CVS down, he's feeling great.
Yep, so res his pad campaign.
Yeah, so at the beginning of his turn, he'll get all those credits back, plus pad money.
Oh, I feel awful for you, says Pacer, that you didn't get to use full value off your Moomba Temples.
Pacer not really enjoying this game as much as he does most Noise games.
Yeah.
With no Aesops and no Wild Side.
As I said, those cards with the virus subtype are usually more enjoyable to be installing than Armitage code busting when you're playing Noise. So, yeah, so he's got...
So, he'll score the Beal out. Makes sense.
And at this point, with an empty imp...
Yeah.
Pacer is in some real trouble.
If he has a corroder, he can just walk into R&D.
He's got a clot, but I'm not sure. I mean, honestly,
we've seen the CVS, so it's irrelevant.
Taking a turn off and just clearing viruses to get the medium threat gone too is not a horrible thing, especially when you've got pad campaign dripping away.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't draw the agenda, then maybe that's the play. You'd rather install DBS, though.
Yeah, and I think he missed the team sponsorship trigger as well.
Yep.
I mean, again, I can't remember if it's worded as you may do this or have to, but if he forgot the trigger, then it is what it is. And we get the Astro in hand, so we got to get rid of that clot.
Well, he's got CVS installed, so.
Oh, of course, one of the 8 million servers that are out on the board makes sense.
There's an imp, though, so that'll help.
All right, so we got the mill. We're going to use it up on the Sand, which totally makes sense. What he doesn't know is that Colby has access to yet another.
Interesting.
Oh, gross.
Colby's going to res it after
that was a great play.
And pop it. That makes a lot of sense.
And then we got to clear medium out. We need to clear. There we go.
So Pacer's just going to run archives instead.
All right, so we've got an Explodapalooza. He's debating whether he wants to Jackson these back in.
I don't know that you do. You're far enough ahead right now that money would be really helpful. But the safe play is obviously putting it back.
Don't let yourself
CVS?
lose.
No, okay, good. He's keeping CVS out because
that makes a lot of sense.
Because he's got the team sponsorship.
Okay, so he just installs the Hades shard. That's fine. Okay. I don't know that it's going to be extremely impactful, given that Pacer's so broke that he's not even going to be able to afford. I mean, Colby is ready to play your standard, really, really fast NBN game. He's set up. So Pacer is not going to have the time to get your standard Aesop's pawn shop economy online, and I think is in some real trouble here. Hades always helps. I mean, you're always a top deck away with Noise, but I mean, he can't go on a mass installation of viruses planned anytime soon. All right, Colby trying to help us out, which is certainly appreciated by keeping everything on board. And now we got DBS going.
And now he's just going to put down fast row, score it out.
All right, so top two.
He'll probably take the Jackson here. Oh, I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I'd kind of take the protection personally. Yeah, I think Colby's thinking through that as well. Of it, Noise, you want to have that option. I would definitely take the Jackson here personally. Okay. Both good cards, don't get me wrong, in this position, but I'd be nervous of getting the Jackson milled. All right, and we have got Astro online.
Now, is he going to fire the team sponsorship?
All right, do we remember? There we go. All right.
Got it.
So we're going to install another. Yeah,
he's not going to get CVS back, though. That's interesting. I mean, I guess Pacer just runs it then.
Sure.
But you can put it on R&D, and then you're fine.
Yeah, Pacer just has no real immediate answers.
Well, this is good. The Parasite, he'll drop on wraparound, but it's not going to do much for him right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead he's just going to get and drop Clot. Yeah, after seeing Colby not go get CVS,
yeah, that's fair.
That's really smart.
I think that's a good play. All right, so uses Moomba Temple to res the Daily Business Show. And let's see what we get.
Breaking
Plenty of good targets.
Nice.
Yeah, this all of these are.
Imagine he takes the Assassin here.
Great targets.
Because you take Assassin, you can drop it in front of the Sansan or R&D, wherever.
So I imagine he just may take another turn off to.
I think that's what I would do. I would clear
wipe,
here.
Because yeah, it doesn't have another CVS in hand or he can access. Just clear, score the breaking news, and then I would just team sponsorship back the CVS, and you can lock it up pretty much.
Yeah. You drop one of the Sansans or pop up into archives.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a bold move, Cotton. See if it pays off for him.
Yep. I think that's a reasonable mind game to play, though, right? At this point,
yeah,
it's like you don't need to do it, and so that's when you don't expect somebody would go ahead and do a naked installation of an agenda like that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But there it is.
All right, but that will not pay off for him.
Yeah, I don't think that's the move I make. Pacer has nothing to lose by running these.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of other options at this point.
Yeah.
Who is honest and goes and checks me?
Yeah, Colby, incredulous of who actually checks these. Pacer does. Pacer does,
yeah,
Josh.
I think that.
Pacer's
I
not
think
going to lose.
wiping virus counters there was the play.
Yeah. Has the 15
now 15 minutes on
hand.
the other hand is one.
Yeah, you can.
You're happy to drop it.
I will often put out the naked 15 minutes, but I don't know that I'm quite as liberal with my my breaking newses. All right, so looked at 3, got a nice hand here, but honestly doesn't even need to play ice at this point. Okay, so I think what he just did is made a toll booth 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
Got all the money he needs, so I think he just maybe wants to take the last bits of Pacer's money. And
doesn't he just let Pacer have it, though? No, I guess it's more impactful for you to score, so you can fire team sponsorship and get CVS back.
I think this is like the diversion tactic of let's just play different ways to see if I can throw him off and confuse him as to what he's actually installing.
The other telling thing here is Pacer was smiling, so I don't know that he's enjoying this game.
I cannot blame him. I cannot blame him. But hey, he gets to install viruses. I think that's what Pacer likes doing.
The more serious and the more angry Pacer's looking, the better Netrunner is being played.
Discards the ever impactful quest completed, and unfortunately, I think
I
Colby's quest to
Yeah.
complete this game is probably
Well
pretty soon
underway,
down the path.
He hasn't found the Black Knight guarding the bridge yet to stop him. There's an agenda. I think you take the agenda here. It's not great.
What I think would be appropriate in this game, Josh, is if Colby does find a hostile infrastructure to res that, just to add that troll factor to seal this away, to say, no, you're not going to trash my Moomba Temple, Pacer.
Man.
Don't even come at me like that. All right, so we have 15 minutes scored the hard way.
Click one.
Do we remember team sponsorship for CVS?
Colby.
It would be good to do that.
Yeah, if he doesn't remember it now, that's pretty bad.
Team sponsorship is a card that you put in your deck because it gives you other free cards. So it would be good to do that. Yeah, I think we forgot it again. No. Get it. Get it.
He's wow.
All right,
really?
there we go.
Oh, it was in the bin.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I apologize for that.
Oh no, Colby, he forgot there was a Claude on the board.
Gross.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Pacer can't get in. He has no way to get in.
Plot is a card you want to remember is out. And that, I think that's fine.
No, I don't want to do that. I'll just gain a credit.
Yeah. That's fine. I think he knows there's very little that can threaten him at this point. I mean, Pacer, even if he draws a David, can't really do much at this point. And that happens, right? We've seen these noise games where it's just sometimes the engine gets online and it just overpowers you. In some games, you just kind of throw your cards down and you're like, this isn't doing anything. Like, why am I not throwing your deck away?
Artist Colony would be great here for him.
Right?
I mean, it's too little too late, but.
Yeah, I think Colby's played this one really well. I mean, capitalized on the early tempo of getting the fast economy, getting those Moomba temples online. And Daily Business Show, I think it's a card that sometimes people forget about how good it is. But when you're literally able to filter your entire deck and get exactly what you need and bottom what you don't, it's just so powerful when you know the opponent can't trash it.
So Pacer thinking about dropping the medium and trying for another dig, but.
Yeah, I think he needs to just top deck the career. I mean, that's really his only prayer at this point. Because this game is not going to last 7 more turns for that Parasite to tick down.
Yeah, that's game.
All right. NBN doing what it does. That was a fun. I really do. I like this NEH deck.
Yeah, it was
this
good
is
to
very
see
interesting.
the NEH deck fire as it should. This Moomba Temple deck we're going to see more of it, I think. I think
so many
more people playing
so many
it.
people for so long complained that the NEH, the Scorch decks just were too versatile. And I like the fact that now that deck has become, I actually don't see the deck a whole lot.
Yeah,
and the fact that you're seeing NEH go back to, I'd say, the roots of, I think, what the designers intended of, hey, it's an asset-heavy deck that isn't like a Scorch deck. I think it's fun to kind of see it get back to, and I know Ben ran a deck for a long time. He
Nearpad.
the Nearpad deck that very similar in concept, and I do enjoy watching those decks. So, fun game. Pacer, just kind of bad beat type of game where Noise just never quite got off the ground, but that can happen. So.
Yep.